I thought it was good. We wanted to make sure we did enough today, and he was 5/8. I think they had him in 59 and change, and I had him out 3/4 and 12. So it was what we were looking for. We wanted, we've been a little longer between races than we hoped to be, and just wanted to kind of make sure we were where we wanted to be. Now it's, now leading up to the race from here, now you're just kind of back on a maintenance program. You got him where you want him, and hopefully we'll be on the flight on Tuesday before Preakness and we'll take our best shot.
How's he doing now versus how he was doing up until that one gallop? But
he's been good mentally. Fortunately he's been good mentally, and he's certainly happy enough. He kind of had his ears thrown up galloping out this morning, so he's doing all the things that you want to see a horse doing at this stage of the game. And again, the nice cool morning, I think that's kind of got them all feeling good, and he was certainly one of them. I mean, if you would have asked me in January of this year, you got a shot to go to the Preakness, what do you think about that? I'd have been doing backflips. I mean, it's one of the most historic races in the country. It always has been, and I certainly, we would have loved to have been in the Derby because this is home for us. But gosh, I mean, to be able to run in the Preakness 4 weeks later, that's the one thing that gave me comfort, is knowing that we've got a huge race coming up right around the corner that we can miss this one and be ready for that one and be on our game and take our best shot. And that's really all we've been trying to do, is just make good decisions and use good judgment and make sure that our horse is taken care of.
And the nick on his foot completely gone,
Yeah, it seems to be good. I mean, it was just bad timing. It happened the week of the race, and as a trainer, it was disappointing. But as a trainer, I think we get a little desensitized to these things just because we deal with it so much on such a regular basis. A horse doesn't get in a race, or you have an injury before the race, and you don't get to run for one reason or another, and you learn to immediately put things behind you and just start focusing on the next one. And ever since the morning that we didn't enter for the Derby, the Preakness has been our primary concern, and he seems like he's going into it the right way, and now we just got to stay out of his way a little bit longer.
Impressive work this morning.
Yeah, it was. He worked a really good 5/8, and then his gallop out was huge. He galloped out a really, really good mile. We knew going into this work we needed it to be a pretty stiff one because we're going into the Preakness and they're not going to give you anything, so we needed to make sure our horse was in good shape. And what was nice about him was he came back after the work, and it was like he didn't even do anything, so we seemed to be on the right page.
Yeah, throughout the whole thing, just what did it feel like? Like, I haven't seen splits, but
he was just naturally good about everything. I had him on my watch in 12s the whole way, and then he was 11 and 2 from the 8th bull to the wire, and then he galloped out the same way, just kind of cruising along.
Put in perspective from your end, you find out the horse isn't going to enter, and then you find out you tested positive for COVID even though you had no symptoms. What was that little run of time like?
It was a rough couple days. We just we found out we tested positive for COVID on the Monday night, and then I called Tommy and stuff like that, and we were talking, and then Tuesday morning he calls me and says the horse isn't quite where he wants him to be, so he's not going to enter. So by midday Tuesday afternoon, we were just kind of hanging out at the farm, just not knowing what to do. We had to kind of go through a bunch of doctor procedures with the COVID deal, and then we just needed to kind of regroup and make sure our horse was in good shape, which he came out on the good side. So now we're just going to move forward on the Preakness.